All right, good evening. My gosh, it's so good to see so many of you. And for those of you that we're seeing for the first time, meaning this is the first time you've ever been on any of our webinars, I want to welcome you yeah, I like that. Click, Rank, and Bank. Thank you, Dr. Chris. Our Click, Rank, and Bank webinar. Boy, that I love that. Okay, we're actually going to be talking to two groups of people. Tonight we're going to be talking to the first group are those of you that are newer to our following. Maybe this is your first time you've ever even been to a webinar of ours. Maybe someone else invited you to tonight's webinar, or maybe you're new to our list. So I need you to just stick with me for just a few moments, okay? Because the second group, which is probably the larger part of our group in terms of our audience tonight, are those that have followed us, and many of you that followed us from about the mid part of last year. And some of you have followed us for years, but the mid part of last year, we started promoting a specific offer. And when we started that offer, promoting that offer, we said, "Hey, is it crap or is it gold?" We didn't know if it was going to turn out being crap or gold. We were hoping that it was going to be gold. Unfortunately, it looks like that. I won't call it crap. I'll call it fool's gold. Okay, it looks like it's turned out to at least be fool's gold at best, crap at worst. And so I want to just speak to that audience really quickly, and then we're going to bring everybody up to date. Okay, so if you're newer, just stick with me for just a moment. Okay, so that particular offer, ladies and gentlemen. Of course, we stopped actively promoting it right before the holidays. I think right before Thanksgiving or so. We just didn't feel that the ownership was fair to us, in that they weren't fulfilling on their promises, and then they weren't communicating. And so after working diligently 2 webinars a week for several months, a lot of video content, a lot of email content, a lot of SMS text content, a lot of money out of our pocket in developing marketing systems to promote that particular offer. We couldn't get any answers, and so we stopped promoting that specific offer. Okay, now here's what I want you to understand about business, because a lot of you with that offer, it may have been your first foray. You like that big word for a college kick out, foray? All right, it may have been the first time that you've been in any type of online enterprise, and it was disappointing. What I need you to understand is that in business, period, all right, whether we're talking online business, network marketing business, offline businesses, traditional businesses, all right, in businesses, period, you will typically have more losers than you have winners. Okay, if you watch the show Shark Tank, it appears that everyone that gets a deal is a flaming success. Well, that's not the case. If you go behind the numbers, only about 12% of the folks that actually get a deal on Shark Tank actually wind up becoming profitable. So even with the sharks investing all that money, all right, for those of you who've seen that show, it's a big hit, I know, in the US. The sharks are investing all that money, even with the instant exposure of TV. The majority of the deals that are cut in the Shark Tank do not become profitable. And so when you see people like Mr. Wonderful, who's a venture capitalist, what he understands is that he's going to strike out more often than he hits home runs. However, it's when he hits the home runs. He's not known for the strikeouts. He's known for hitting the home runs. To use a baseball analogy, all right, the baseball players that have the most home runs are the ones that typically also have the most strikeouts. And so I said all that to say this, and I think this is just the way the universe has this all set up, all right, is that offer, all right, was disappointing. Many of you put a lot of time, which you can't get back, all right. You put a lot of effort, you put your name out there, and it's fool's gold at best. At least that's my feeling. Could be crap at worst, or what have you, okay? But you don't stop, and that's why I'm glad to see so many of you on the webinar, because in my 20 plus years in this industry, I've had more things that went wrong than I had that went right. But the ones that went right, the ones that were winners, became huge, huge winners. And that's what we focus on. So tonight, we're going to share what could maybe perhaps be a winner. Okay? Now, here's the beautiful part. Nobody's going to have any major financial risk. $50 annually is your financial risk. All right? So nobody's going to have any major financial risk, number one. Number two, for those of you that are a little gun shy because that offer didn't turn out to be what we wanted it to be, there's no reason for you not to at least take a position and let's see what happens. All right? And then number three, some of you are going to be like me and you're going to say, you know what? I don't know when that offer comes along, and that's the big one. All right, so I'm gonna give you a little backdrop, and then we'll get into our training. So back in 2011, offer comes across my desk. Offers comes across my desk all the time, like it comes across your desk or in your email box or in your Skype or your Facebook. And we landed with this particular offer back in February of 2011. It wasn't the only offer that we were promoting because we're entrepreneurs. We believe in having multiple streams of income. And we were actually more fervently promoting another offer. So this offer, let's call the offer Z, comes across our desk, comes across our email. We participate. We were promoting another offer more fervently than we were promoting the Z offer. A few months later, it was very evident that the Z offer was coming, the cream rises to the top, was rising to the top. And over about a 17-month period, it became our biggest winner ever, okay? We developed a team of over 250,000 folks. The problem was, by the time we saw how awesome that offer was, all right, we had missed a great window of opportunity in terms of instead of having 250,000, maybe having 1 million folks. Instead of helping 250,000, helping 1 million folks, or maybe helping 2 million folks on our team. So that's why I wanted to share what we're going to share on tonight, Dr. Chris, Click, Rank, and Bank, because it could, maybe perhaps, it could be that this is the big one. Okay, now let's bring everybody into the fold, even my newer folks. All right, so let's go to work here. Now, there is a major trend that is happening with or without us. There's a major trend that's happening, Sam, with or without us. And we want to be able to capitalize on this trend. And this major trend that's happening is the fact that there is a major transfer, Tim, of billions upon billions of dollars of advertising money going from the bellwether of advertising, which has been TV advertising, over to not only just the internet, what this chart says is digital, all right? So when you see digital, think of all things internet, but more specifically towards mobile, okay? Now, these numbers are US-based numbers. And they're probably bigger in the U.S. because of the U.S. market, but I would imagine that you might be seeing some of these same trends happening in other countries and other territories. Okay, so the main bellwether for advertising, ever since I was a kid, and I'm 46 years young now, okay, the main bellwether has been TV advertising. As a matter of fact, there's often a lot of discussion around this time of year, and in a few short weeks, my Pittsburgh Steelers will be in the Super Bowl, and we'll beat up on whoever happens to be there. I hope the Cowboys make it so my Steelers can kick the patootie of those Dallas Cowboys. But in any event, for my Steeler fans and my Cowboy folks out there, okay, in any event, there's going to be discussions about all of the money that's being spent on a 30-second ad or a 1-minute ad or what have you. $3, $4, $5 million on an ad. Okay? But look at what's happening here. Look at what's happening. Back in 2015, advertisers spent just under $69 billion in TV advertising. Okay? Digital, all things internet, almost $60 billion. All right, almost $60 billion. And a lot of that was pay-per-click. A lot of that was Facebook. A lot of that was Twitter, so on and so forth. But look at this, mobile. Mobile, which is a subset of digital, back in 2015 accounted for more money being directed towards mobile as a percentage basis of digital. So the biggest part of digital internet spending was going towards mobile, okay? All right, now take a look at 2016, what we just came out of. TV advertising crept up just a bit, but look at digital and then look at mobile. Mobile was a significant increase percentage-wise, a significant increase that looks to be about a 20%, maybe a 25% increase year over year from 2015 to 2016 in the amount of money that was spent by the big wheels, all right, the big advertisers, the big companies, the multi-billion-dollar, the multinational companies. Now look at 2020, what they are projecting. They're projecting that, yes, TV advertising, there's still some growth, all right? $77 billion is what they are projecting. But they're projecting that mobile will basically be at the same ad expense as TV in the next few years. So here's the point. The point is advertisers are realizing that their dollars are not necessarily best spent with TV. Think about it now. How many of you have something like Netflix, or you've got Hulu Plus? All right, Queen, you know, when I left the U.S. and we moved to our Caribbean paradise, one of the first things we did is we got Netflix so we could still watch, you know, our favorite shows and things of that nature. Well, what does Netflix do? It conditions you not to watch commercials. You're not watching commercials if you're watching Netflix. When we got Hulu Plus, they had two memberships. We could do the base membership where you might have some commercials, or you could pay a little extra and not have commercials. Guess what I did? I paid a little extra because I don't like commercials. So when I watched my Steelers beat up on those Dolphins the other day, and the game came on at 1 p.m. U.S. East Coast time, Queen, what I did is I let it run for about an hour before I even went to start watching it. Why? Because I didn't want to watch the what? I didn't want to watch the commercials. All right? All right, so because of that, advertisers are saying, wait a minute, we've got to come up with other ways to get our message in front of our audience. And now with things like social media, you know, that mobile phone, you wake up with it. In many cases, it's the last thing people consult before they go to bed. Not me, but that's how a lot of folks are. It's with you all throughout the day. All right. And so there's this huge transfer. Now, here's the question. This is going to happen, Donna, with or without you and me. What if there were a way that we could tap into this huge trend? If we could tap into this huge trend, and that's what we're talking about on this evening. Let's give you some more stats here, okay? So let's take a look at some mobile gaming apps. Okay? And this is just from iPhone. I'm not even talking about Google's store. I'm just talking about iPhone here. We just pulled this on January 2017 here. This is daily revenue. Take a look at this. Daily revenue, Clash Royale is doing $2 million, almost $2.1 million a day. Pokemon Go, wasn't that just released sometime last year, I think it was? $1.6 million a day. Mobile Strike, I mentioned Mobile Strike because I'm a big sports buff, and you know, ESPN is my favorite channel. if you took everything away from me in terms of watching TV, but you left me with my ESPN, I'd be quite all right. Well, that and NFL Sunday Ticket. All right, so in any event, I see so many commercials about Mobile Strike with Arnold Schwarzenegger, okay? Why are they doing an advertisement about downloading a free app? Because they're making tons of money where? They're making it with advertising dollars. This is part of this huge shift of advertising dollars going into mobile. Now, it's not just mobile games, all right? Those aren't the only apps out there. Now, mobile games are the biggest category of apps, but you also have business apps and education apps and lifestyle apps and entertainment apps, so on and so forth. About this time last year, I got someone connected with me. It was a family that I've known for, gosh, probably close to 25 years, 30 years or so. And way back when I first got into this industry, I got into this industry from the financial standpoint. I got my insurance license, I got my securities license. I've traded in the stock market and taught stock market classes. I've traded in the Forex and taught some Forex classes and things like that. And so this couple, about my age, mid-40s, they get in touch with me because their son, who was 20, I think he was 20 at the time, don't think he had turned 21 yet, had all of a sudden start generating $20,000 to $30,000 a month, David. $20,000 to $30,000 a month, and they wanted some ideas, Alice, on, okay, you know, he's 20, 30, he's only 20 or 21. He's got 20 grand, 30 grand a month coming in every month. What should he do with this? All right, he didn't have a lot of debt. I think he left college. He dropped out of college, and he's not married, doesn't have children. What should he do with his money? And so my question was, well, shoot, dude, well, what are you doing to make $20,000 to $30,000 a month? Well, he had gotten into buying or having developed these mobile games, and he had like 3 or 4 mobile games, and the combination of those 3 or 4 mobile games for him was generating $20,000 to $30,000 a month, Barbara. Now, I got to tell you, I was impressed by that, but I wouldn't have a clue how to get into the mobile gaming business or the mobile app business. I've been looking for something in our industry that would allow me to leverage someone else's hard work, someone else's maybe millions, maybe tens or maybe even hundreds of millions of dollars, and let me just go and promote it. And that apparently is what we have, ladies and gentlemen, okay? Now, let's talk real quickly about this idea of what is called being an influencer. So when I was first introduced not long ago to what we're talking about on tonight, I heard the CEO and the CFO, as I was doing some research online, I heard them talking about influencers. And I didn't quite know what that meant from a mobile app space. And so I just went to Google to see if I could read up a little bit so I would be more proficient when I shared this type of information with you folks. And it appears that there are a lot of, again, big companies, major advertisers that are going to social media and they're looking for what they call influencers, where maybe somebody has a huge Instagram following. Maybe someone else has a huge Facebook or huge Twitter following. And what they're doing is they're paying these influencers a certain amount of money, all right, to basically make a post about their product or their service. So what happens is it's a form of advertising that doesn't feel like, the end user doesn't feel like they're being advertised to. Now, obviously, if you're on a website and you see banner ads, that's an ad, okay? One of the best ways of advertising is when you're able to advertise and the person who's being advertised to doesn't even realize they're being advertised to. And so what we're talking about with our Click, Rank, and Bank is a company called Divvee Social that is launching. Now, they've actually been getting ready for quite some time, from what I can see, for several months. And it appears that they've gotten a huge bump in terms of financial backing, okay? It appears that there is a group that's tied to Mitt Romney. I'm not saying Mitt Romney is the one investing, but tied to either him or tied to his Bain Capital Group or tied to family members or what have you. And it appears, based on what the CFO said in an interview, that there is a couple of funds somehow tied to family members of Mitt Romney. And that's, I'm not making a political statement when I say this. Those of you who know who he is, whether you like his politics or not, dude is rich. So in any event, it appears there's close to $1 billion that's being managed by someone linked somehow to Mitt Romney. And a portion of that $1 billion has been invested in this company called Divvee Social. So what I want to do is I want to talk about Divvee Social, what that means for you and me. There are no referral links right now. There was a period that ended late last week, maybe late Friday or Saturday, where you could have registered. They are looking to bring back registration later on this week. I was told that originally it was going to be tomorrow. It may be just a little bit later. We'll get into that towards the end of the webinar. So here's the thing. Divvee Social is a network where you and I are going to be able to click, download an app, rank that app. Basically, is it a 1-star? You know, this is a cruddy app. Is it a 2-star? Is it a 3-star? It's okay. You know, average. You know, I could take it or leave it. Doesn't really matter. Is it a 4-star? You know what? That's a pretty good app. Man. Is it a 5-star? Man, yeah. So we're going to be able to click, download, rank, is it a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5-star, and share. So let's say that you decide, you know, here's a great app, and you share it on social media. Maybe you share it through your Facebook account or what have you. Hey, here's a great app, all right, and you share it, all right? And for that, just like influencers are being paid, we are going to be rewarded, okay? And where's the money coming from? It's coming from what is known as ad network. So what typically happens with when you're doing advertising online, okay? Particularly when you have a huge budget. I'm not talking about just we network marketer types. I'm talking about, you know, big companies. What big companies typically do is they will go and they'll hire ad agencies, and ad agencies will put them through ad networks. Ad networks are the ones that place their ads in, you know, the mobile games and the apps and all of that good stuff, okay? All right, so now, here is how this is going to work, okay? By the way, I want to back up for just a moment too. In our 20 plus years in this industry, what we have found is where we've had our biggest wins. We were talking about big wins. Where we've had our biggest wins is when we were able to offer, or we were able to share an offer where a person did not have to be a good marketer to start making money. We want you to become a good marketer, and we're going to give you the game plan, the full game plan to get you to ultimately becoming a good marketer. A very good buddy of mine, I don't know if he's probably here. I know he promoted today's webinar. A very good buddy of mine, his name is Jeff. Jeff has an email list of 50,000 plus subscribers, okay? It doesn't matter what Jeff promotes. If Jeff sends out an email to his 50,000 subscriber base, somebody's going to buy, somebody's going to join, quite a few people are going to buy and join because he's got such a huge email list, such a huge following. By the way, I just gave you the secret sauce to making money online, okay? You want to have a list that you own, that you control, so that when something does come across your desk, comes across your email, comes across your Skype, comes across your Facebook, that you feel is worthy of sharing with your audience, you can share it with your audience and a percentage of them. are going to buy or join. But it took some time for Jeff to get to having a list of 50,000. So before you get there, is there a way that we could help Joe and Susie average generate some revenue, even if they haven't gotten good at marketing yet? And then if we can get them making some money, and then they start to understand how you build a long-term sustainable business, you take a portion of the money you just made and you reinvest that back in your business so you can build your list. Well, cool. But the problem with a lot of marketers is they don't have the excess money to do advertising or to build a list or what have you. So we have found that when we were able to have an offer that a person could generate some revenue, see some results, even if they weren't good at marketing yet, that's where we had our biggest wins. Okay? All right, so here is what Divvee Social is proposing to us. Okay? All right. What we're going to do is we're going to click, all right, or download apps. Okay? Number 2, so we're going to click, we're going to download the app, we're going to rate it. All right, is it a 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5? Number 3, we're going to share apps. And those apps that we download that we don't want to keep, then we can delete those, okay? And we may share opinions and things of that nature, all right, as it relates to that product, that service, that app. And what's going to happen is Divvee gets paid, or Divvee earns every time that happens, and they in turn share some of that with us. Now, at least in the US, as it relates to Google and as it relates to Apple, you can't get paid cash money to download an app, but you can earn rewards. And so what's going to happen is we are going to earn from our own app downloads, from our own app ratings, from our own, or rankings. I said rate, I should have said rank. Okay? From our own app sharing, we're going to earn points. Okay? Those points will then be converted to gift cards. So think this through. I posted this on my Facebook page today. Hey, if you would like to get your groceries for free, I've got a strategy I want to tell you about tonight where you can get your groceries for free. Well, if you get a gift card to a grocery store that you frequent, if you get a gift card to Walmart, all right, if you earn 1,000 points, all right, and basically 1 point equals roughly 50 cents, 50 US cents, okay? So if you earn for the month 1,000 points, and let's say you loaded that, what would equate to $500 into a Walmart gift card, and that's where you go to do your grocery shopping, guess what? You just paid for or a portion of your grocery bill, okay? Now, here's the beautiful part about this. John, Mary, Susan, average, not yet good at marketing, didn't have to do any marketing to be able to download some apps, to rank the apps and share them and generate points that they can then shift over to a gift card of their choosing. Maybe they want to do Amazon. Maybe they want to go out to Olive Garden. Maybe they want to allow the points to accrue and take a really nice vacation. I'm being told that there'll be some vacation packages, all expenses paid in terms of airfare and your lodging or what have you. You have a certain amount of points, almost like you would have, airline points or what have you, okay? All right, so in any event, a person doesn't have to be a recruiter. Well, I want you to be in time. A person doesn't have to be a business builder. I want you to be in time to be able to generate these points that now can become gift cards, and I'll refer to this as a cash equivalent. Because the reality is you're only going to direct points to a gift card of something that you or a loved one would use. All right, so I'm only going to direct points to an Amazon gift card if I plan on purchasing something from Amazon. By the way, my e-commerce folks out there, those of you that are e-commerce and you buy and you drop ship from Amazon and eBay and what have you, all right, here's a way to click, rank, and bank, all right, so that you could buy maybe some of your inventory that you're drop shipping, okay? By the way, another thing I wanted to say, when we are sharing this, we are fully aware that many of you are marketing other things. You're in nutrition, you're in weight loss, you're in digital currencies, cryptocurrencies, or what have you. This is not designed to get you to stop doing those things. You're going to see this is a self-funding proposal so that you should be able to generate profits so that you have more resources to promote those other things more effectively. Okay. All right. So now let me show you how this works. Okay. So let me show you how this works. All right. So there are members and there are affiliates. When we teach this, we'll always talk about it from an affiliate standpoint. What a member is someone who joins for free, who does not become an affiliate. An affiliate is someone who pays a $50 annual affiliate fee, okay? And an affiliate is agreeing that they're going to do at least 100 downloads a month in order for that affiliate to earn commissions. Now, everyone, members and affiliates, can earn points for their own clicking, ranking, and banking, for your own downloading of apps and sharing those apps, ranking those apps and sharing those apps, okay? So members can earn points, convert those into gift cards, as well as affiliates. The difference between an affiliate is that an affiliate can actually begin to override a team of people that are clicking, ranking, and banking, okay? All right, so right now, let's just talk about someone, just your own personal activity. You've got no team. You're not building a team just yet. And let's say that you do 10 clicks and shares a day, okay? 10 clicks and ranks a day, okay? You download 10 apps a day. You see what those apps are all about. You rank them. You keep the ones you want to keep. You discard the ones you don't. Every app that you download is equivalent to 1 point. 1 point is equivalent to 50 cents. And let's say you just did this on one device. And let's say you did this, didn't take that long. They're saying about 15 to 20 minutes to do this. So let's say you did this every day for a month, and you average about $5 a day or $150. Now, remember, from your own personal activity, that's not $150 in cash, but it is $150 in what I would refer to as a cash equivalent. In that, you're going to direct that to a gift card that you're going to use, all right? Maybe for gas, all right, for your car, maybe for groceries or whatever, all right? Now, once you become an affiliate, and there's just a couple little things to qualify for this. I'll share this in just a few moments. Instead of, let me back up for a moment. Let me back up. Before we became an affiliate, you're actually going to be able to download, in this example, we're talking about 10 rank shares, okay, where you're ranking, downloading, and you're ranking and maybe sharing. You're going to be able to do that on as many as 5 devices. So if you did that on 5 devices, 10 a day on 5 devices, now we're talking 750. Now we're talking $750, okay? In cash or cash equivalents. That's got nothing to do with building a team yet. That's got nothing to do with any marketing yet, okay? Now, once we become an affiliate and we meet the criteria, we'll actually be able to do 20 what they call rank and shares a day. Okay, a rank and share is basically download the app and then you rank it. Is it a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5? Okay, look at this. Now we're talking $1,500 in gift cards, i.e. cash equivalents. In gift cards, i.e. cash equivalents. Now, here's something you can also do. Let's say you're married, husband, wife, as an example, okay? Husband can become an affiliate and he can refer wife. or wifey can refer husband, or husband can refer a wife, or wifey can refer a husband. And let's say they have, like in my case, I've got a 21-year young son. I've got a 19-year young son. So my wife, yours truly, my sons could all be a part of Divvee. We could all ultimately be able to rank 20 a day, 20 apps a day. We could all have 5 devices. So look at that in our family. That could be $6,000 a month worth of cash equivalents before we ever do a webinar, before we ever talk to our list or anything like that. Okay? Okay, so I want that to sink in. Now, I want to flip the script now, because I'm going to talk about building a team. I'm going to talk about what happens when other folks in your organization are simply clicking, ranking, and banking for themselves, but what that can mean for you. All right, so let's go back here. And I want to share with you the business building structure. So everyone should know that, hey, I could become a part of Divvee. I can download to my phone or to my computer. If you have many newer computers, you know, you can download apps on your computer or to your tablet. You can have multiple devices, up to 5 devices. You can, if you have someone in your household, you can actually, as an affiliate, sponsor that person that's in your household. So there's no reason why in time you shouldn't be able to start building a semblance of a team. Now, let's talk about the structure that Divvee has. And for those of you that were part of our following that we talked about at the onset of this webinar, where, you know, that deal just didn't do what we thought it was going to do. In very short order, we had tens of thousands of folks on our team, over 30,000 folks on our team in really short order. That was without doing any paid marketing. We hadn't even started yet. All right, we hadn't even started yet. We were just doing what I'm doing here tonight, doing some webinars and things like that. We did some stuff on YouTube, but no paid marketing. If that company had performed, we would have quickly mushroomed from 30,000 to 300,000. Now, that compensation model did not have any type of team building apparatus, whereas Divvee does. And the team building apparatus is this. This is based on a 3x10 force field structure. Now, what that means is that yours truly, for instance, I can only personally refer 3 folks that can be on my first level. Actually, I didn't even have to refer them. I can only have 3 people on my first level. So we personally enrolled in that other opportunity a few hundred folks. All right, I know it was over 300. Okay, well, that means that the 297 other folks that I personally enrolled had to fall in under the first 3. And then there were people on the second level, so other people had to fall in under them. And then there were people on would have been on the 3rd or 4th level. Now, they didn't have that team building structure, but Divvee has. So if all we did, for those of you that are going to be in our organization, and for those of you who are not going to be in our organization because you're already in Divvee and you're not necessarily in our organization, that's cool. All right, stay where you are. You don't leave whoever got you into Divvee. All right, that's not how we do business. We will provide leadership, particularly if Divvee performs. We will provide leadership to anyone that wants our leadership. All right, because we understand the laws of the universe. The more we give, the more we're going to get. We'll get it back. The universe will make sure we get it back somehow. Okay, we'll provide the leadership. All right, so even if you join Divvee with someone and that person has gotten lost and you feel like you are an orphan or what have you, you stay where you are, because that's going to impact people above you. That's the fair thing to do. That's the ethical thing to do in our industry. You just feel free to follow anything that we're doing. We'll be developing systems to help you build out your Divvee business and all that good stuff. Okay, here we go. All right, so what happens is there's this 3x10 matrix. That means you can have 3 people on your first level, and it just triples. 9 on your second and 27 on your third. When you do all the math, you could have 88,000 folks in your matrix, okay? 88,000 folks. Now, if any of these folks Once you're qualified to override the entire matrix, if any of these folks in your 10 levels downloads an app, ranks an app, they earn their rewards that's going to go to gift cards. You earn cash, commissions, okay? Now, how do you qualify for all of the money in the matrix? It's real simple, okay? Every affiliate that you refer unlocks the earning capacity on one level. So if you refer one, you can earn from one level. Now, let me tell you what's going to happen. If all of a sudden you looked up and you had people on your second, third, fourth, fifth, eighth level, and you see people are downloading and there's money to be made, and the only reason you're not making it is because you haven't sponsored that third person or that fifth person or that seventh person to unlock that level, guess what you're going to do? It's only $50. You're going to find somebody, all right, that wants to make some money, and you're going to get them to join you. This is going to be probably the easiest, or at least one of the easiest ways for you to start to make money. Plus, you'll see how ultimately you're going to build a long-term sustainable business if you follow what we're teaching, okay? So there's basically two qualifiers. Let me put this on my whiteboard. There's basically two qualifiers, okay? Number one, you unlock a level for each person you refer. And I should say affiliate, for each qualified affiliate. And what a qualified affiliate is as an affiliate, we are agreeing to be active that we are going to download a minimum of 100 apps a month. What is that? Less than 4 a day, okay? All right, so if you refer someone, they become an affiliate, they pay the $50 annual affiliate fee, and they download at least 100 apps, they are a qualified affiliate, and that has unlocked this particular level for you, all right? So now, if you have referred 6 of those folks, you are qualified to earn through level 6. If you have referred 10 folks, you're qualified to earn through level 10. Now, for those of you who say, that sounds good, but I don't know that I can get 10, just follow me. We'll get you there. Just follow me, okay? We'll lead, you follow. I promise you, we'll lead. I promise you. And when I say we, I'm not just talking about me, and I'm not just talking about Queen. We're talking about there'll be plenty of leaders. We'll lead. You just make sure you follow. Then you can lead. All right, here we go. Let me show you. Unlock. Give me a moment. All right, so the two things to qualify was to each person you refer that becomes an affiliate, you unlock a level, all right? And then you want to make sure that you do your 100 apps a month, okay? So you are a qualified affiliate yourself. Okay, now, I'm going to do one last thing here. Now I'm going to get into some numbers, okay? Give me just a moment. Let me get a little swig of liquid here. Okay. Now, right now, I call this the 25 pledge. We'll probably change it, the click rank bank pledge, or we'll call it something, all right? But here is what I want you to commit to, okay? When you have your 10 affiliates, so everybody wants to commit to personally enrolling at least 10 affiliates, okay? When you've got your 10 affiliates, you're then able to rank as many as 20 apps a day. Starting off, if you're just a member, you can rank 5 apps a day. If you are an affiliate, you can rank 10 apps a day. If you are an affiliate that's referred 10 affiliates, you can rank 20 apps a day. So ultimately, the goal is to get everyone to the 20 apps a day, okay? All right, so now, here's the pledge. Here's the pledge. So there's 3 tenets to it. Number 1, all right, and this is to get you building a long-term sustainable business, ultimately with multiple streams of income, ultimately across multiple niches, so that assuming that Divvee does what we want her to do, okay? We want Divvee to be a catalyst for generating multiple streams of income. Why? Because as much as I will be maybe the loudest, most vocal proponent of Divvee should she do what she says she's going to do, I've seen in this industry companies that do exceptionally well, and then the owner gets an offer to sell the company. This happened with a company called Excel in the 90s and early 2000s. All right, Excel was one of the biggest network marketing companies, period. The owner gets a sweetheart deal, takes the sweetheart deal, becomes mega wealthy by taking the sweetheart deal. The new owners come in, they didn't have the same affinity towards the field, the same love of the field, and they screwed up and basically ran the company in the ground. I'm not saying that's going to happen with Divvee. I'm saying that when it is spring and when it's summer, there's a book that says, hey, go to the ant, see how she works. See how when it's spring and summer and things are good, she stores up. So what we're going to do, if Divvee does work and Divvee does what she says she's going to do, we're going to make a lot of money, but we're not going to put all of our eggs in one basket. We've done that before. We ain't never doing that one again. Okay? Instead, we're going to take this money and we're going to scale a real business. So here's what we're going to do with the pledge. We're going to commit to downloading 20 apps today across 5 devices. You're going to see why in a few moments, what that's going to mean for you, what that's going to mean for people that pledge in your organization. Number 2, we're going to earn some cash equivalents, right? All right, we're going to take 50% to 100% of those cash equivalents, and we're going to reinvest that back into our business in the form of the proper tools. We need to have a way to build a list, an SMS text messaging list, an email list. We need to have a way to do that, okay? All right, that's not free. So we're going to take these cash equivalents. In other words, if you earned $500 in a gift card for taking care of your groceries, then take that $500 of cash that you normally would have spent in groceries, and now let's take a percentage of that, 50%, as much as 100%, and let's sink that back into your business. Get the proper tools, get the proper resources. So maybe you want to learn about marketing on Facebook, paid marketing, or paid marketing on Twitter, or paid marketing on YouTube, and maybe you buy a course to learn that kind of stuff. That's a resource. And then ultimately paid marketing. Free marketing is okay to get started, but to scale your business, this is what my buddy Jeff did. He scaled his business. That's why he's got 50,000 email subscribers. And Jeff, if Jeff does a YouTube video, I ain't never seen dude put his face on the video, but he makes a ton of money because he's got a big list. So we're going to take 50 to 100% of the cash equivalent, and we're going to sink that back from our own activity back into what it takes to build a long-term sustainable business. You've got to have the right tools, the resources, and the paid marketing. Don't worry about what those resources and tools are. Follow us. You'll find out, because we'll tell you what we're doing, okay? And then this is going to help you to start building your business, because now you're getting your message in front of more eyeballs. More and more people are seeing your message, and marketing is always a numbers game. A percentage of people that see your message are going to join or buy. That's marketing, ladies and gentlemen. Now, here's the thing. The law of averages, a percentage of people will see your message and buy and join. The law of averages necessitates the law of large numbers, which is why we need to have ultimately paid marketing, so we get enough eyeballs to our offer that the law of averages start to take effect for us. Then what's going to start to happen is you're going to start building out your team. You're going to get your 10 affiliates and beyond, and they're going to hear the same message. And so now you're going to have 10 that maybe beget 10, or 10 that beget 3, or 10 that beget 7. It's going to make your organization begin to grow. And then as you grow, you're going to start earning commissions. I'm going to talk about the commissions in just a moment. And what we're going to do with the commissions that we earn, meaning when someone in our organization downloads an app and they rank it, all right, and they make their cash equivalent in terms of a gift card, you're going to make commissions on that. And we're going to take 25% of those commissions and we're going to reinvest that back into our business as well. So let me show you how this plays out, okay? Let me show you how this plays out. All right. So over here on the left-hand side, let's say that you've got 10 people total in your matrix. Now, understand that with a matrix, folks can fill your matrix a variety of ways. It could be you're here in the green, you refer red over here, red is in your matrix, okay? It could be that red over here refers burgundy, burgundy is in your matrix. You didn't refer burgundy, red did. But because red is in your matrix, any person that red refers is also in your matrix. The other thing that could happen is you could get something called spill. Now, don't count on spill. Don't sit back, put your feet up on the sofa and expect spill and say, hey, because I joined with Queen Twitter, I know I'm going to get spill. Or because I joined with Jeff, he's got 50,000 folks in his email list, certainly I'm going to get spill. You may, but what we've taught for years is that spill is for lazy folks. What you and I really want to do is we want to create spill. But some of you are going to get spill from on high, meaning if you are this red person right here in the middle, all right, and here's your sponsor, and they sponsor 1, 2, and 3, and then they get to work and they sponsor a 4th and the 5th and the 6th, well, that 4th, 5th, and 6th has to go underneath someone that's already occupying level number 1. So you could get spill. So my whole point is having a team of 10 doesn't necessarily mean you've referred all 10 at this point. We'll get you to referring a minimum of 10, but it doesn't mean you've referred all 10 at this point. All right, so in this example, let's say that you've got 10 in your organization, okay? Right now, they're just clicking, ranking, and banking 10 a day. And we're going to earn, now this is what the CEO said. He said in a recent video, he said, we'll earn 1 cent up to 25 cents for everyone in our organization that we're qualified to earn on their activity, for everyone that, for every app that they download and rank, okay? 1 cent to 25 cents. Then he came back and said, but the reality is you're probably only going to do those apps that would pay, or they would probably only do those apps that would wind up paying the line organization 10 cents per app. So in all of his examples that we've seen so far, he's using 10 cents. Could be as high as 25 cents. We're going to use 10 cents. So this is what this means. Someone in your 10-level organization, you're qualified to earn on their activity. When they download an app, you just made a dime. Let's assume 10 cents for this example. All right, so now, if you had 10 folks that downloaded 10 apps a day on average, and you earn 10 cents override, okay? That means they're collectively doing 100 downloads a day. You're making $10 a day. You're making $300 a month cash. This is you overriding a team, not just your own personal activity. Your personal activity is going to go to a gift card. This right here is going to be paid out cash. Now, they may pay it to a MasterCard or a debit card or however their payout processes are, okay? Let's go, and let's say you've got a team of 30 doing that. Now you're at $900 a month. Let's say you've got a team of 100 doing that. Now you're at, let's do this, okay? Now you're at $3,000 a month. Now I want to stop here for just a moment, okay? A team of 100, that's not a huge team, particularly when we deal with a matrix. So here we were with an offer that didn't quite perform. We had over 30,000 folks in an offer that didn't perform. 30,000 folks. So what if that offer had performed? Okay? 30,000 folks, and we hadn't even done any paid marketing yet. And most of our team hadn't done any paid marketing yet. Okay, that was just all word of mouth. Some people talking about it on Facebook, a few folks that had a list and sending out to their list and what have you. All right, if we just duplicated 30,000 in Divvee with a matrix, a ton of our folks would have 100 people in the matrix. Even though they're not sitting back waiting on spill, the reality is a ton of folks would have spill. Because I can only get 3 on my first level. I can only have 9 on my second. I can only have 27 on my third, so on and so forth. So look at this. 100 people in your matrix hear this message. Get this message. They commit. They're covenant partners. They pledge. I pledge allegiance. Hand over my heart, looking up. Head held high, I'm pledging allegiance. Ladies and gentlemen, that's $3,000 a month. 100 people just doing 10. And so with our pledge, if this were you, $3,000 a month, you take 25% minimum, you would reinvest that back into your business, $750 minimum, in the form of paid traffic, paid marketing, in the form of making sure you've got the tools. Now you start building a list. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is how you make money, is you got to have a list. You got to build a list, and then you simply communicate with that list. And if you follow what we teach and you have no idea what to say to your list, you just keep following what we teach. We already have stuff working in the background to bring to you, especially if this thing blossoms. You won't ever have to wonder, what should I say? You'll be able to leverage what we say to our list and simply duplicate that, ladies and gentlemen. Now, but what happens if these folks really adhere to our message? Because they really adhere to our message. Let's go back up to the 10. They're not going to do 20 a day. They're not going to do 10 a day. They're going to do 20. So we got 10 folks in our organization. They're doing 20 apps a day. All right. They're still just earning the 10 cents here. We're not going to take that to 15 or 20. We're going to say 10 cents. All right. And now with that, that's $600 a month. With no new people, you just doubled your income just because they did a little bit more. But what if we then did this across 5 devices? Pay attention to your monthly income here. Look at that. Look at that. 10 people. They didn't have to all be personally sponsored. They're in your matrix, however they got there. They buy into the pledge. I pledge allegiance. Put your right hand over that chest, over your bosom. I pledge allegiance, your head held high. I pledge allegiance. $3,000 potentially a month? With 10 folks buying in? What happens if that happens with 20 folks buying in? $6,000 a month. What happens if 100 folks in your matrix buy in, meaning they pledge? They're doing their 20. They're doing it times 5 devices. 30,000 a month. You take 25%, a minimum of that, which you're going to want to do anyway. So you get some tax advantage, you get some tax write-offs, right? You're making a lot of money, right? You need some tax write-offs. Well, you might as well get a tax write-off that's going to help you propel your business. Now you've got a $7,500 a month budget. You've got the tools, you've got the resources, you've got the paid traffic. Now you get to test a whole bunch of stuff to see what works. And those things that don't work, you stop doing it. And the things that work, you scale it. That's how my buddy Jeff has 50,000 email subscribers. He would test and say, oh, that one didn't work. All right, I'm stop that one. And that one didn't work. And I stopped that one. Oh, this traffic source is working for me. I'm getting benefits from it. I'm getting opt-ins. I'm getting sales. I'm making money. And then you scale that up. You want to know the difference between the haves and the have-nots on the internet? The haves have a list. The haves are constantly reinvesting back into their business to build the biggest asset, which is their list. And then they simply communicate to that list, and whenever they have an offer, a weight loss offer, a wellness offer, a cryptocurrency offer, a travel offer, a product offer, a new system offer, What did I do when this came across my desk last week? Immediately, I go to my SMS text list. I send out a list to my SMS text folks. Immediately, I go to my email list. I send it out to my email list. And immediately, we got folks that joined when we were able to get people to join last week until they brought the sites down for preparation to bring it back up to go full force. And then even those that weren't able to join, they're just waiting on standby because I have a list. The reason, if you've tried to make money online, if you've struggled, is likely because either you have no list or you're just starting to build a list, and it takes time to cultivate a responsive list. Ladies and gentlemen, $25 and you say, $300,000 a month? Am I worthy of that? Do I deserve that? And the answer is a resounding yes. This is just 1,000 people. In your matrix, you can have almost 90,000. This is 1,000 people that said yes, with pride, my hand over my chest, I pledge allegiance. Oh, and by the way, 25% of that, a $75,000 marketing budget. This is how what we started to see over the past few years is it used to be in our industry, we heard about 6-figure earners. And then in our industry, we heard about 7-figure earners, people making $1 million more a year. More and more with the internet and with mobile, there are now 8-figure earners, people doing 10, 15, 20, $30 million a year in revenue. Not necessarily all profits. Obviously, if you generated $300,000 that month, all right, and you took 25% of that, you can take more. You took 25% of that to reinvest back into your business in the form of, most of that's going to be paid marketing. Okay, so you netted $225,000 in that example. My point is, ladies and gentlemen, what's our financial risk as we start to round third? $50 a year. That's it. That's it. Then we start downloading, we start ranking, and we start banking, and then we start just getting this message out. Now, some of you should be able to get your 10 even before you start doing paid marketing, just by letting folks know what you're doing. And when you're ranking, my understanding is that ranking and sharing, that many of us are going to be sharing from our social media sites. So your Facebook friends are going to see what you just shared, and that's going to start to intrigue them. And what do you think is going to happen as we start to round third? Okay, what do you think is going to happen when people start saying, hey, I got my groceries free this month. Hey, I went on a nice vacation simply because I downloaded some apps. Hey, my family and I, we were able to go out every week of the month and have a nice meal. Well, maybe you hadn't been able to do that before. And what's going to happen when for those of you who are social media buffs, when you take that Instagram photo at the restaurant, or you take that or you do that Facebook Live because you are in the store and you're using that gift card that you earned from your activity. Do you see the application of this? Can you see the application of having a couple of college students earning some gift cards so that they can get some pizza? What that would do for your matrix? Do you understand the power of Joe and Susie retiree being able to earn some gift cards so it helps to cover their groceries? And what happens when they start to share that? Do you understand what this could mean, ladies and gentlemen? And so that's why we're having this webinar this evening. So before you put any questions in the questions box, if you pledge allegiance, If you hear this message and you say, you know what, I'm going to do that. All right, and it doesn't mean that you're going to have 5 devices right now. Some people, you have 5 devices. For some folks, maybe you have 1 or 2 devices, okay? And what you do is you start where you are. You earn some gift cards. And you get a Best Buy gift card. And you go and you get you another tablet, or you get you another phone. It doesn't have to have a. It doesn't have to have a. If you get another phone, it doesn't have to have a plan. It just needs to have Wi-Fi. Okay. If you pledge allegiance, put a PA in your questions box. If you pledge allegiance, put a PA in your questions box. Boy, man, I'm sweating here, boy. I was feeling that thing. Who else felt that thing? Who else? Did anybody feel that? If you felt that thing, put an F in there. You felt that thing. Oh, boy, I felt that thing. I felt my help coming. Some of you know what that means. Woo! Okay. All right. So let's finish up here. Let's finish up. By the way, we will have systems for you, and we're already starting to go to work on some things. We'll have systems for you to help get this message out. We'll have things in place so that when those of you that start building like an email list or what have you, an SMS text list, where you have valuable content that you can share with them, so that this message really takes hold. A lot of people don't join or buy the first time. They need to see it and hear it again. So we want to make sure that you'll have a good follow-up sequence. So in time, we'll share how all that's going to play out. Now, here's what we understand. There was a conference call today. I was not on it. I found out about it a little bit late. Renee, thank you for letting me know about it. Where what they said, the game plan was for the sites to go live tomorrow so that people could start to register. All right. Again, it's going to be an affiliate, $50 annually. Okay, $50 annually. There is no monthly subscription. There is no monthly auto ship. You know, we could take that to network marketing and just say that. Hey guys, no monthly subscription, no monthly auto ship. We get a bunch of ears burning just on that. Okay. What I'm being told, what Renee told me, she was on the call, is what they said was there's still a lot of things that they have to clean up. So there were a lot of people that when they registered did not register with proper data. Maybe they're living in Japan, but they listed that they had an Oregon address as an example. So what I'm being told is that those that were able to register previously, that at some point we're supposed to get an email where we'll be able to go and log back into the back office to verify our information, right? To make sure that we have the proper data in the information, okay? And thereafter, they'll bring up the sites. Now, I don't know if that means later tomorrow or Wednesday or Thursday or what have you. So what those of you that have not registered yet, what you need to do is make sure you stay very close to the person that's responsible for getting you to this webinar, okay? Now, listen, please hear me, all right? We always believe in building with integrity, okay? We always believe in building with integrity. Some of you had already joined before we made it public that we were going to start promoting, amongst everything else we do, that we were going to start promoting Divvee. Don't stay with whomever you are with. Likewise, whoever's responsible for getting you here, whoever got you to the dance, you need to dance with them, okay? Some people that are new to our industry don't understand our code of ethics. So what happens sometimes is you'll hear yours truly saying pledge allegiance and my style kind of fit with yours, or you might hear me sing a little country music, or you might hear me do a little hip hop, you know, because they also call me the lyrical miracle. And, you know, I'm gonna love you forever. That boy can sing forever and ever, amen. I started in a lower key. As long as old men sit and talk about the weather. Oh, there it is. As long as old women sit and talk about old men. Yeah! That boy is talented. My gosh. If this Divvee thing don't work out, maybe I'll pursue my country singing career. What do you think? What you think? Woo! I'm feeling it, Queen. I feel my help. I feel my help. I feel my help. Okay. All right. All right. I'm sorry if I hope I wasn't too loud in your eardrums there. Okay. So the whole point is build with integrity. Build with integrity. Okay. Build with yeah. Build with integrity. Join with integrity. Join the person that's responsible for you getting to the party. Okay. If I'm not the guy responsible, then you're not joining with me. You're joining with whoever is responsible. We will provide leadership no matter who your sponsorship is or what have you. Okay, so just be mindful that if you're not already in the system, that it's going, I don't know if it's going to be a day or two. I was also told by Renee, thank you again, Renee, for getting this to me, that the CEO is going to be posting a video. So anything that we see, we will send out to our email list. Those of you, obviously, most of you, if not all of you, should have opted in to get to tonight's webinar. So you're in our email list. We did record this. We'll send this out in the recording to that email list, as well as anything that we may hear from Divvee. One last thing real quickly, and then we'll get to Q&A. For those of you that follow us intimately and you have our mobile marketing platform, typically Tuesday night, we do a training specific to that audience. We're going to return to our regular schedule next week on that. Tomorrow, we will not have that training. In the event that something happens as it relates to Divvee that we need to, be in place for, okay? So we will return for our mobile marketing audience. We'll return to our regularly scheduled training webinars next Tuesday. And the one last thing, and then you can already go and start putting questions in your questions box. I need to go and get this link. Thursday nights, real quickly, Thursday nights at 8 p.m. Eastern, we have a generic marketing training webinar. It doesn't matter what you're promoting, okay? We have a generic marketing training webinar. So if this is the first time you're with us, or maybe you're being reintroduced to our following, and you love what you hear about Divvee, but you also have something else that you're promoting, that's a great webinar to come and really start to learn how you market, okay? I'm going to post that link in just a few moments so that you can register. That's a different webinar link. We don't talk about any specific offers other than just using examples. We show you how to market so that you can market whatever you're marketing more effectively. All right, with that being the case, if you have questions, go to